Hi everyone and welcome back. We're just about to head into episode 8 of Supernatural. Each episode has definitely gotten better as it goes along, which is something you expect anyway, especially from a show that's had 15 seasons, which is a pretty hard feat for any show to get to. So that's pretty impressive. So remember to like, comment and subscribe, and if you want full reactions and early reactions to this and other programs that I have on my Patreon, then please sign up to my Patreon. Let's get to it. I thought I would remember more of season 1, but yeah, no. Is that an earthquake? Oh, is this going to be a bug Supernatural episode?
Oh god.
I'm guessing they went into his brain.
Hustling cool? Credit card scams?
Yeah, it's a way to make money.
Well, let's see. Honest, fun and easy. You were in mad cow disease. Mad cow. It's not on Oprah.
From the bugs?
There could be something much nastier.
All right.
Alright.
Well, yeah.
Oklahoma. Man, work. Are you the Travis who worked with Uncle Dusty? Dusty never mentioned nephews. Really? But if it was, he would have acted strange beforehand, like dementia, loss of motor control.
Yeah, I thought, there would have been more symptoms.
No way.
I think this is the lightest that an episode has been so far.
I don't know. Flip the damn coin.
For someone so smart, Sam, you really do fall for stuff quite easily.
Whether something like this has ever happened before.
So, were they disturbed when he fell?
What? I know a good place to start.
Welcome to Pennywise.
Hungry for the manicured lawns. How was your day, honey?
Again, it's tapping into Dean's fear of normalcy. He's going to think they're a couple.
Race, religion, color, or sexual orientation.
We're brothers. This is our house.
Oh, yeah.
Family in Oasis Plains. This is my wife,
Joni?
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm in followers of any race, religion, color, or sexual orientation.
Right. I'm gonna go.
To a steam shower. I use mine every day.
Sounds great.
Okay.
You also have 3 different whirlpool tubs to choose from. The hardware for the tubs includes nickel.
Why is he so angry with the boy?
Well, they never treated you like that. You were perfect. He was all over my case. You don't remember.
So Dean was the favourite.
A year ago, before they broke ground, one of their surveyors dropped dead while on the job.
Oh.
He has a severe allergic reaction to bee stings. More bugs. Willard? Yeah, bugs instead of rats. There are cases of psychic connections between people and animals.
Did they just pull up into someone's house? Or are these empty houses? They're getting into their roles more and more as it goes along. I mean, they're both really good actors. She was so nonchalant about the spider on her face. That was fun.
You ever coming out of there?
Step right into where the body was outlined, why don't you? I wonder, because obviously where I'm from we didn't have the school bus to take us from school.
You're not here to buy a house, are you?
No.
Wait. You're not serial killers. No, I think it. Anyway, that wouldn't explain the bee attack with the gas company guy. You know about that?
Of course he does.
There is something going on here.
Yeah, you can see what his dad's like.
Why not? I'll see.
He's too disappointed in his freak son.
Further, Matt. We're close.
I think you should. I think you should get away when you can, and then if you miss home, you come back. It's a really good learning experience.
Like they're congregating yet. Why?
Why?
I don't know.
What's that? Something down there.
Must be the bones.
Saw a bunch of skeletons in an unmarked grave. I thought telling him to respect his old man. How's that for advice? Hey, come on. This isn't about his old man. You think I didn't respect that? That's what this is about. And you were kind of like the blonde chick of the Monsters. Dean.
That was a good show.
When the kid squirrel four-eyed.
I guess real parents' love never dies.
170 years old, give or take.
Is that a Baldwin?
Time frame and the geography heavily suggests Native American. Were there any tribes? Or that's all right.
I wonder what tribe he's from.
University. No, you're not. You're lying. I know the area. Tell us about the history there. Why do you want to know? One day, American cavalry came to relocate them.
Okay.
They were resistant. Every man, woman, and child still in the village was dead.
Ugh.
6 days. And on the night of the 6th day, none would survive.
Cool. Yeah, this is the type of curse. How do you fix what happened so long ago to such a bad degree? Really? Come on.
And who is this again? Travis Weaver. I work for Oklahoma Gas and Power. Uh-huh. So the problem is I know Travis. He's worked with us for a year. So who is this? Truth, it just makes you nuts. But he's... Tell me you have a sharp pain in your right side, you gotta go to the hospital, okay? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad lie, for once.
Wait, listen.
Dad, they're just trying to help.
Get in the house!
How about listening to someone for once?
We had a plan, man. What happened to the plan? We're gonna have a problem. Well, I hate to be down, but we got a problem right now.
Dad, they're right. Hey, we're in danger.
Matt, get inside!
No!
Now!
Dad?
Oh my God.
It's a swarm.
Oh, that's Megan.
Both are dead.
Let's shoot through the phone lines.
What an episode.
So what do we do now?
Interesting concept.
Bug spray?
Mm. Wouldn't there be loads of spiders up in the attic?
Team for the wood.
Termites, yeah. Surprised it's all still alive. Yeah, eventually it's going to be too hot for him to keep spraying, and there's not going to be any spray left either. Yeah, I'd move too.
What? No goodbye? Good timing. Another hour and we'd have been gone.
Oh, he's given up on his bug collections.
What's this? I don't know. I want to find Dad.
So that was Supernatural episode 8. Quite a disturbing episode. I have an irrational fear of spiders, and yes, it's irrational. But I can imagine how someone feels who is afraid of all types of bugs. I honestly thought it was someone controlling them, and that's why they were killing people. But it turns out it was more to do with a vengeful spirit seeking vengeance on people who had wronged them. It was nice to get a little bit of a Native American, Native Indian backstory to this. That was quite nice, including other people's cultures to a degree. I know it was not too much of it, but it was nice to get that story of why the spirit was seeking vengeance on those that had wronged it, or at least they thought had wronged it. It didn't really do much to move the story along. I think it was generally just a run-of-the-mill filler episode that they needed to lay out to have the right amount of numbers for the season. There were some nice storyline points to it. The son and father finally, after everything happened, had a better relationship, and it made Sam realise that as much as he argued with his dad and felt his dad was never there for him because he wasn't the hunter that Dean was or wanted to be a hunter, it was just nice to see him realise that his father actually did care. And a nice little backstory for us to know that as much as their dad was probably a bit hard, he did love Sam and made sure that he was okay, and he was always watching out for them. So maybe he's always been around in these episodes to look after them. We just haven't seen him. But Sam and Dean, I'm not sure if they need a fist fight or what needs to happen, but they need to resolve the issues they have. It feels like they have more of an issue between each other than they do with their dad, or at least Sam and his dad. It was an okay episode. It wasn't bad. A bit gross in points. I think it started off quite well. Started off really making my inquisitive nature come forward. It felt as if they didn't know how to end the episode because they had only just got there and said it was 12 a.m. and then the sun comes up as quickly as it did. That didn't really make sense, but you could tell they didn't know what to do with the story because you could see they were being swarmed, and how else were they going to make it out alive if it wasn't for the sun rising? But it just felt a bit weak, a bit of a cop-out. I think it was just I'm guessing it must have been a struggle for the writers to figure out how Sam and Dean were going to escape once the whole story of the Native Americans and what happened to them comes to light. Because it came to light pretty near the end. So you knew that I think that was also added on to get an understanding of why there were so many bugs. It was interesting. There was a few deaths, but it really was just, it doesn't really have too much of a connection to the overall arc. I think there's underlying messages that each episode has, and that's obviously to do with their father and their relationship, but it was an episode that you don't have to watch again to move the plot along. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with episode 9.